Frederick here with rooaak Security. I am here to keep you safe. Yes, I am. So you all fly. Everybody flies. But there's some airport concerns that might prick your mind and your thinking on what to do the next time you're about to go on a flight. So I wrote a little something here, and so if you'll indulge me with a little bit of time, maybe I can help you out here with a little bit of humor and a little bit of help. Because your safety is the most important thing to you, your loved ones, your family, whatever, parents, sister, whoever. So the moment you roll into an airport property, the internal safety radar should be lighting up like a Christmas tree inside you. And we're not talking about the plane falling out of the sky at 30,000 feet, because that doesn't really happen very often. And statistically, you're much safer flying than you are driving, even driving to the airport, I guess. That's an interesting statistic. I wonder what that would be like. How many people get into an accident going to the airport? That's kind of funny. The real concern here, though, is people. Yeah, you and me. The unpredictable, the bizarre, the flat-out dangerous at the terminal, and at 30,000 feet in the air. And it's really kind of maybe more important about the person sitting right next to you. TSA does a solid job for the sheer number of travelers that they process daily. I would say a few million, I would think, but this isn't about metal detectors or body scanners. It's about staying alert in an environment full of strangers, some quirky, some shady, and a few who have actually bad intentions. Yeah, airports are notorious for that. So think thieves, pickpockets, or worse, even terrorists. We don't like to think about that, but is it a possibility? Yeah. Is it impossible? No. Now, the airline industry deserves a lot of credit here. Maybe not a complete standing ovation, but I think they deserve at least a golf clap. Let's be honest. With limited funding, stressed staff, and planes packed together tighter than rush hour, subway in Japan, yeah, that's pretty tight. They generally keep it running smooth. A single domestic plane might do all four full flights in a day, and somehow it's still flying semi-clean and hopefully on time. The biggest threats to your safety, they usually happen before you even find your seat. So here is a little bit of an airport guideline that we're going to help you from the parking lot to the jet bridge, curbside and check-in. Short-term parking versus long-term parking. I always say if you have an option to go short-term, park close. I don't care what it's called. Park close. So the less time you spend in a garage, the better. Check your surroundings before you step out of your car and scan for anybody sitting in nearby cars. So if you're pulling up to your parking place, you want to kind of go, hey, who's out there? Who's sitting in cars? Who's watching me? Especially if there's an engine running close to you and you're thinking, well, wait a minute. They're parked, but their engine's running. Red flag, red alert, yeah. So if your gut says sketchy, go with it, trust it. So you want to move with purpose is number 3. Have everything ready before you exit the car. So your bag is in hand, your keys, you're not fumbling in your trunk trying to repack things and, oh, I forgot this and forgot that. Nope, you grab your stuff, you pop and go. So walk confidently and with determination quickly to the terminal. No lingering, and your head needs to be on a swivel, that's for sure. So here's an interesting tip that I don't think many people ever think about. And this holds true like whether you're in a shopping mall or going into a store or whatnot. You want to look behind you before you enter that building. So you're going through the doors, the automatic doors are opening, and you're starting to go in there. Turn your head around really quickly and scan who's behind you. Because if somebody's watching you and they're following you, and all of a sudden you pop your head and you stare at them, they're not expecting that at all. And immediately they're like, they may even turn around. It just stuns them. So people don't expect you to turn around, especially as you're entering a building. If you're on a sidewalk or walking in the park or the trail, sure, you're going to turn around. It's, nature, you're just going to do it. See who's behind you. But you need to catch them off guard. Be the person that always looks back. Keep your luggage close, always. If you check your bags at the gate, don't leave any of your carry-ons unattended ever. So if your carry-on is right next to you and you're talking, dealing, and you're not watching what's down here to your side, that's not a good thing. So same thing with a bathroom break. You should never, like example, if you're traveling with your family, watch my bag. If you're traveling alone, you don't lean over to your neighbor that you've been talking to for 20 minutes because the plane is delayed and you struck up a really great conversation and say, hey, will you watch my bag while I quickly go to the bathroom? Negative, don't do it. And if they say, hey, I'll watch your bag while you go, say, no, I got it. I need something out of it. You may not need something out of it. Just say you need something out of it. So, stranger danger. Be polite. Listen, don't buddy up with anybody. I can start a conversation with anybody. Doesn't mean they're my friend. So, you want to be cordial, but you want to be safe. And that means you're not there to be buddies. You're not giving people your email, your phone numbers. You're not coming together at another date. I don't care how cute they are. You're not doing it. Be smart with your wallet. People watch how you pay. Don't reveal your hiding spot. Your wallet should be in your hiding spot. Or leave your wallet in your hiding spot and only pull out what you need. So if it's just a single credit card, great. If it's a $20 bill, great. Maybe front pocket. Don't pull out the whole wallet. Open it up and let everybody see what's inside of it. Wrong call. If you have something that you need to pull out, my recommendation is go to the bathroom, pull it out in the bathroom, and then tuck it privately. And then again, if you want to tuck it back into that safe spot, then do the reverse. Go back to the bathroom, put it in the safe spot with nobody looking. Number 9, stay off your phone. Those that bury their face in their phones are the easiest targets. It's like, people target drunks. So you don't want to be a target ever. So watch your surroundings always. If something feels off, listen, there is no harm in reporting it. You don't get charged for going up to a cop and saying, this doesn't feel right. I don't feel safe. Something's up. I'm concerned. They're not going to charge you. Same thing with 911. Typically if you have a concern, they're not going to send you a bill because your safety, public safety is their main goal. That's why we pay taxes, is to keep you safe. So that's really important. And here is a pro tip. Take a photo of yourself at the airport, of yourself and your family or whoever's traveling with you, with the clothes that you're wearing, the colors that you're wearing, how you fixed your hair that day, whatever. And save it in your messages, email it to yourself, and I would send it to 1 or 2 family members as well. Send it to them so that they have a record of what you looked like at the airport before you went on that plane. And certainly if something does go wrong, you can be ID'd because you're wearing that, potentially, as long as you're still wearing it. Oh, look, phone's going off. So do your homework. Know your gate, know your seat, what food is available at the airport, what the layout is. Walk like you've flown 1,000 times and you know exactly where it is. So my recommendation, and here's another pro tip, is if your gate, E16, pull up the map of the airport online on their website and see where you're going to be dropped off, see where TSA is, and then see which way you are going in the airport. Like, oh, this is 2 aisles down to the right. So you know you're turning right, unless there was a change of the gate. But, I'm going to turn right after TSA. I'm going to walk down that hall, and then I'll find it via the signs. And you already have that predisposition in your mind which way you're going to go. So here's your onboard risks. So you've made it this far. Congratulations. You're only on leg 2 or 3. So this is your personal security journey right here. So now you're dealing with close quarters, recycled air, mystery water, and the occasional questionable seatmate. So according to Outside Magazine, people are far more likely, 113 times more by a study that measures the way to catch a common cold is on an airplane. So we know this. Airborne transmissions during the flight are kind of like a supermarket or a smorgasbord of germs. So it is the 5 germiest places on a plane is what they write about. And the stranger that's next to you that's coughing and doing really weird things is a real problem. It seems like it's always there. It seems like somebody's always bringing a kid on that's sick, coughing and sneezing, and you're just like, it's all. I remember years ago they allowed smoking. We were on a couple international flights, and we were 1 row, yes, I was a teenager, we were 1 row off of the smoking section, and these people were they were a chimney. They just kept smoking and smoking, and my dad finally said to the stewardess, honestly, we don't mind them smoking occasionally, but this is ridiculous. They cannot smoke a pack of cigarettes an hour because they're nervous. So please ask them to refrain. It was pretty bad. Yeah, it was pretty bad. So airborne germs. Planes use HEPA filters. They're good. They're not magic. Some of us have HEPA filters in our house, our cars, whatever. Are they good? I guess they help. I guess, but they're not the silver bullet that we hope or think they are. So they're still floating around, those airborne particles, and if your immune system is running on empty, they find you. It's like they have a beacon. It's like there's a laser. You've got you know how they do boring underground and they're going to the laser? It's like they're going straight to you. So here's what you do. Load up on your vitamins and your meds before the flight. Yeah. So you want to be incredibly hydrated because it's so dry. This is a crazy stat. One of the biggest problems for pilots and stewards and stewardesses, whether they're male or female, is dry skin, dry eyes, dry mouth. So they constantly hydrate. They constantly are doing lotions and eye drops and whatnot to make them, because let's be honest, it's dry enough to mummify fruit. That's how dry this is. If you feel like you're really vulnerable, wear a mask. There's no problem with a mask. Does it do everything you want it to do? No. Now, by the way, I forgot about this. If you have a concern about the plane and maybe airborne particles or fire or smoke or whatever it is, they do sell these masks as well as just a handkerchief that you can put over your mouth, your nose, to breathe through just for a minute or two. I mean, they're not long, but at least they will give you enough clear, clean oxygen. You can look it up online. I forget what they're called. To be able to make it to the exits if the plane is really that full of smoke. They'll help you not to gag your way to the door, but at least be strong enough to maybe help yourself as well as others. Water. So water on tanks is weird. You know, when they ask you, you know, you say, hey, can I get a water or a coffee or tea or something like that? The water comes from tanks and they're aging. They are aging tanks. So enough said. Are they clean and clear? I don't know. Do they test them? That I don't know either. But I know that bringing your own sealed water after you pass through TSA, you purchase it, is probably the best form of hydration, is get a clean, clear bottle water. I remember, again, I was younger. We were traveling. We were in Israel. We went to one of the nicest hotels in Israel. And, you know, you ask for agua water and they bring it to you and it's in a glass bottle, which is really great, and it had a cap. And of course the cap is off. And of course they act like, you know, they're taking it off your table. They act like they did it back there. You know, they're just giving it to everybody and you're eating. And what they did is they refill it to save money, to make more money. So they refill it with tap water. And that is how half of our bus got sick the next day, which was terrible as we went into Jordan. So you don't want to have a mishap by just not having a solid bottled sealed water. So it can happen. It can happen at the airport. I've ordered cases of water, I've bought cases of water, and you're opening them, and all of a sudden one is not sealed. And I always tell everybody around me or my kids, don't drink that water. Nope. If you don't hear that, don't do it. Food. Plain food is hit or miss. Today, domestic flight, they just give you this little package and maybe a drink, okay? So use your senses. If they're giving you any food, and this is true for travel, anywhere around the world, if you've ordered food, I would say God gave you the five senses for a reason. And the first reason for food that comes to you is don't dig in. Smell it first. Look at it. Kind of play with it for a second. Just see what's in it. Never forget, my mom, we were traveling and my mom ordered this beautiful salad. She's eating away, and then all of a sudden, here's the worm. And so it was buried. It was buried in the beautiful salad. So you want to just kind of pick through it a little bit. You want to smell it. So if you're going to take a bite, I don't care if you're in the plane or a restaurant, or, you know, maybe even if it's around the corner, you would be best to maybe eat around the edges to start before you get in. Smell it, taste it before you swallow it. It's better to come to the realization, I had a couple bites and this still does not taste right. It's better to be squeamish, something like that, for the rest of the day than to be in the bathroom on your hands and knees in front of the throne. Yeah, that's a bad place to be. So you don't want to do that. So if you're feeling something internal, senses, smell, sight, whatever, my recommendation is don't eat it. Order something else, send it back. Say, this doesn't smell right, this doesn't taste right. So the surfaces in a plane, everybody's got their own ideas of the surface. You know, they say the seat is so unsanitary. You can only imagine If you put your bum on that seat and 1,000 other people put their bum on that seat, you know what's left on that seat? Yeah, that's right. But the tray tables and the overhead bins and any surface that you would touch, whether it's the bathroom or whatever, and I know you wash your hands, you come back, you still touch the table. It's been touched 100 times, 1,000 times. So do they sanitize them? I don't know. That's a question for every single attendant, I guess. Every single surface, every single square inch, I don't know. I know during our health crisis in the world, America, they did a air sanitizer on a lot of things. And so maybe that was helpful. I don't know if they still do that. But I would bring a sanitation wipe. If people think you're crazy, who cares what people think? Wipe it down. If your elbows are going to be on it, your hands, whatever you're touching, use your sanitation wipes and wipe everything down. And if you're concerned that you don't want to touch the overhead bin, you don't want to close it, let's say it was open, then don't. Let the flight attendant close it. That's what they're there for. They do that stuff. So here's something that I think is a help. If you sit in that seat, you don't want to bring your best clothes because your best clothes might get soiled or might have smells or germs or things attached to it. So my recommendation is to bring a hoodie. And so if the seat looks okay, then sit down, but keep the hoodie around you. Your head is going to touch that headrest. And while some planes do put a doily back there, not all do every single flight. So the back of your head is going to touch with the back of somebody else's head, and blah, 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 blah. So what's in their head, what's in their hair, what's crawling around, I don't know. I don't want to know. But if you're concerned what the seat looks like, then you can put your hoodie down and sit on your hoodie. If it looks relatively okay, or you were able to disinfect it with a sanitation wipe to the best of your ability, then wear the hoodie around you. Bring the hoodie up around your head and your ears so that you're not touching anything. I know it sounds overkill, but overkill here is good. So once you've landed, you're at the third part of your leg. Now this is the final point. So it's baggage claim time. So you go down and you spot your bag. You labeled it, I hope, because there's a lot of green bags. Oh, my bag is black, but it doesn't look like anybody else's. Well, I'm going to tell you a story. I made that mistake at LAX. I was out in Anaheim, had to get a car, had a driver, a taxi, and drive back to the airport and find my bag in claims and swap the bag out. Because I came to the hotel room with my bag, I swear it was my bag, and I opened it up and said, this ain't my bag. So that stinks. But here's my recommendation is just like when you took a picture of your family when you were in the airport, take a picture of your bag. Yeah, take a picture of your bag before you check it. I think that's a good idea. And then when you pick it up as well, take another photo of it. Because you never know if somebody tampered with it, or you had the lock here, but now the lock is over there, and you're like, wonder what's going on here. And if anything does not look right in your bag, don't walk off the premises. You walk straight to security and say, I want to open this bag in front of you. I'm not sure what happened to my bag. It looks like it may have been tampered with, possibly open, because let's be honest, it's pretty easy to open up a master lock. The guys that work there, they got all the tools and they've got all the tricks. So anybody can open up your lock at any time. It's not that hard. So don't open it up yourself. Let them open it up in front of you and let them check it. Because if there was some sort of something that was put in your bag that you didn't know about, maybe a bag of drugs or whatnot, You have a lot of explaining to do after the fact. You have almost zero explaining to do if you're right there and they touched it and they opened it up. So, here's your pickup protocol. We're kind of working through this. I know it's late, but so don't wait out on the curb. If you are waiting for a line, a car, a driver, somebody, your ride, you do not want to just be sitting out on the curb. It's best to stay in the airport, in that baggage area. First off, it's heated or air conditioned, so it's cooler or warmer depending on what's going on the curb. And usually you're not going to get rained on out there because it's all overhang. But you want to stay inside because that's the safe zone. And if you're in contact and you're looking out the window and they say, yeah, we're driving. Okay, so we had to do a little splicing here. Camera overheated again, but let's continue. So your post-flight, you're in leg number 3. Leg number 3 is your last security checkpoint. And so what do you do when your bag is going around the turntable? Well, you're looking for the right bag. So I got a funny story for you. I ended up grabbing the wrong bag. Surely there isn't another bag with a gold stripe on it like mine. Yeah, there was. I was in Anaheim, and actually I was in LAX, and then I went out to Anaheim, and wouldn't you know it, I grabbed the wrong bag, so I had to get a taxi, go back in, go to the counter, swap out. I actually opened the bag too, which is probably not good. Who knows what could have been in it. But anyways, you want to take a picture of your bag before you leave and after you leave. And if you, or after you get it after turntable. So here's the thing. If anything on that bag looks wrong, like it's the wrong, that the lock isn't in the place that you put it, maybe it was jimmied open or anything, you need to go over to security immediately because you want them to open it. It's one thing for you to open it, you want them to open it. If they open it, then they can determine something's nefarious going on. Hey, what's this bag in your bag? Didn't touch it, don't know, don't care, you work it. So you want to take a photo of it as soon as you get it off that turntable for sure. So, and don't open it. And guess what? I would wipe it down. So if everything's okay, wipe it down. And the handle and whatnot, just wipe it down. So pickup protocol. So pickup protocol is don't go outside. No, you're not going to get rained on because all these places end up, they all end up under roof. So you're not going to get rained on. But I got to tell you, if you go out to the curb, you're targeted, you're watched, people are looking at you. If you're doing an Uber, I had a close female family member where the guy pulled up and said, I'm your ride for Uber. And it wasn't. He was a scammer. So I know they have all these protocols of the vehicle and the photo now and blah, 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 and names. But this was several years ago. And so she was wise. She said, get lost, as you can imagine. She was kind. But anyways, stay inside until the person that you're talking to, like a family member or a friend that says, yeah, I'm pulling up right now to the curb. I'm at number 9. Great. I'm at 8. I'll be right out. And so walk out then. Restroom hygiene looks clean. Bacteria everywhere, just waiting to happen. So yeah, lace up the toilet seat. I don't care if you're a guy or a girl, lace it up big time. Be OCD here. What you do elsewhere, you're going to even do it more at the airport because you're talking about thousands of people that have gone in and used that toilet. So you don't want to touch that and end up with a prized possession of something attached to you. So wash it first, wash it after, wash whatever. And by the way, for all you guys out there and girls, that wash your hands afterwards, I would probably say it's just as important to wash your hands before you go to the bathroom as well as after. Because you don't want to touch anything private because your hands are super dirty. So you want to be safe, clean, not stressed, stay aware, and not be paranoid. And so that is by preparation. You've got to be prepared. So if you're prepared, you are ready. So here's your final thought. I don't know what I wrote here, but let's read it. You're not just a passenger, you're your own security team. Stay sharp, be that person who notices the weird thing, who walks with purpose and doesn't zone out. That's not fear, that's wisdom for a powerful person. You are a powerful person, and when you go to the airport, act like it. Yep, and you will win. So hopefully you got something out of this, and if you did, maybe you're thinking about a different angle, and that's the good thing here, because I'm here to help keep you safe. All right, until next time, rooaak Security, I'm your host, Frederick.